a promise many, many years before. And he told Abraham, he goes, is anything too hard for me? A year from now, you will have your son. And Sarah laughed. Well, for one thing, be careful what you wish for at the age of 90. Okay. But she laughed. And he said, but God, is there anything too hard for me? Is there anything too hard for me? Is there anything too hard for me? Jeremiah 32:17 says, oh, sovereign Lord, you have made the heavens and the earth by your great power and outstretched hand. Nothing is too hard for you. Nothing is too hard for you. Sometimes it's hard just getting up in the mornings, is it not? Yes. Sometimes it's just really, really hard. Can you play real soft? Sometimes it's just real, real, real hard just getting up. But he says, I am the God over all mankind. Is there anything too hard for me? Is there anything too hard for me? Well, I have to tell you, you're actually looking at a miracle child right here, a miracle child. And I want you to sit down for a second because I'm actually going to tell you my story. I didn't know if I was going to tell my story or not because you know what, it's your story, right? Yeah. And your story is a little bit personal to you, right? But also, somebody needs to hear this story. Somebody needs to hear, but God. But God. Before I was a year old, I was born in August, okay? And before I was a year old, I had pneumonia and I was in the hospital 3 different times. Okay? That's from August to December. But one of the nurses there says, Satan's going to try to take this child out, but you know what? God's got her. She goes, I just have it in my heart that God just really has her covered. God has got her covered. Well, there's been many obstacles along the way to this age right here. There's been many of them. 7 years ago, and which you guys have heard me say this, but I just don't dwell on it. 7 years ago, I had a series of mini strokes. I had a series of mini strokes. I actually had over 20. I had over 20 mini strokes, and it put me in the hospital for almost 2 weeks. Okay, and this was 7 weeks ago. And you know, they did the CAT scan, and there was scarring on the tissue of my brain, and they said, you will have a problem with your memory. You will have a problem with your memory. And he listed different things that I would have a problem with. Okay, I was close to God during that time, but not anything like I am now. Okay, because each day is a journey, right? Each day we can get just a little bit closer to God. It's just a beautiful thing, right? So I was seeing a neurologist and I was seeing different things, and yes, I'm always telling my kids, I want pictures for Christmas. I want pictures for Christmas. And they're like, Mom, why do you always ask for pictures? Why don't you always ask for pictures? Because I want to remember. I want to remember. 6.5 years ago, I had a surgery on my knee, just a simple surgery in an outpatient. And there was a blood clot that went from my knee. It was very rare. And I was actually in the doctor's office when this happened. Very rare that went, a big blood clot, and went through my heart. Went through my heart. Well, they rushed me over to St. Francis, and the doctor says, you know, they looked at my heart, and it was damaged. They looked at my lungs, it was damaged. They said, call the family in. Call her family in. So, you know, my husband, bless his heart, he called, you know, he freaks out. I mean, he was freaking out, of course, you know, but when you freak out, okay, I give it that. So he calls in Ashley, he calls in Blake, he calls in Jeremy and everything. But see, there was a nurse. There was a nurse there. And doctor came up and he goes, I need someone to work a second shift. Well, she doesn't normally work a second shift, okay? She's one of the higher up nurses and she usually doesn't do that. But God put it on her heart, you stay. You stay. So while she was getting prepared to stay, they said, over there is a cardiac patient, pointing to my curtain. Over there's a cardiac patient and she's not going to make it. She's not going to make it. she just thought, you know what, I need to go in there. I just need to go in there and check on her because they say that her husband's really taking this really hard. They say he's really having a hard time with this, so I need to go see about them. Walks in there and she walks over to me, but she says when she walks in, there was such a coldness in the room, and there was this black cloud hovering over me. This black cloud hovering over me. And she said that all of a sudden, that warrior in her kicked in. She knew that was the death angel. And she knew the death angel was there right there to take me. And she kicked in and went over, and my eyes were closed and I was in so much pain. I do remember the pain. I was in pain and I kept saying, Jesus, 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 Jesus. I was holding him off. But see, I was weak. I was weak because I was okay if I went. I've been through so much pain. I was tired, exhausted, and God sent me reinforcements. She says, in the name of Jesus, I rebuke you, Satan. In the name of Jesus, you will not have this child. In the name of Jesus, God has a work for her. He is not done with her yet. In the name of Jesus, death angel, you will leave. You will leave right now. In the name of Jesus. And she told me later, I didn't care if I lost my job because I knew I was fighting for your life. God told me, you stay. And she stayed and she covered me. She covered me. Okay, well, I was definitely having memory problems and just different things going on, but you know what? I mean, I was thriving in my business, my real estate business. I had the salon. I mean, I was still doing good, but you know, I could see the steps of the strokes of my life. You know, I could see. And then 5 years ago, Judy Jo takes me out to lunch, and she says, we're going to start a school here. We're going to start a school here, and I want you to join. I'm like, I had diarrhea for about 2 weeks. Because I thought, oh my gosh, everybody's going to know that I can't remember things. Because it's so easy. It's so easy to say, hello, how are you doing, Pamela? And I just seen you on Facebook, so I know your name. It's so easy, but now I'm going to have to take tests. It's all going to have to come out. Do you get that? I mean, it really is. And then, whatever, I have to tell you, this was right before God put it on my heart, and he said, you're going to lead the women's ministry. And I told him, I said, you just lost all credibility with me. I said, God, now I know something's up because you know how I am. You know, there's no way I can lead this women's ministry. Are you kidding me? There's no way. He says, through me. Amen. Weakness will, you have strength. Hallelujah. They're not going to see you. They're going to see me. Amen. But I need you to walk through that door. Well, I probably had diarrhea for about a month. I'm serious because, you know, I was knowing. Are you kidding? I can't tell you how many times we had to replace my keys. I can't tell you how many times I've had to find my bill. I can't tell you. It's just like the other day I was looking for my son's social security card, and I put it in my top jewelry box, and I knew that it was there. And then when I went to give it to him, it wasn't there. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, honey, do you know if I moved it? He goes, well, now what would mom do? What would the mother do? What would the mother do? And I'm like, okay, what would the mother do? I went and looked at my billfold because if I seen him, because sometimes I seen him, then I could give it to him. It was in my billfold. But see, I don't remember putting it there. Mm-hmm. See, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. But God says that in your weakness, I am strong. God says you put the word inside of you. You establish the word, and the word will come out. The word will come out. Do I believe in healing? I can't tell you how much I believe in healing. I can't tell you how much I believe in healing. I believe in healing so much. I believe in healing so much. But I also remember Paul saying, God, won't you take this ache from my side? Won't you take this thorn away? And he says, in my grace is sufficient enough for you. My grace. I can't tell you how many times he has said that to me. My grace is sufficient enough for you. My grace is. And I don't ask him, God, when are you going to heal me? I ask him, God, what is next? What is next? What are we going to do next, Father? What are we going to do next? Because see, it's in him that I'm able to be a realtor. It's in him that I can be the women's minister. It's in him that June the 3rd I am graduating with a bachelor's in theology. It's in him. Amen. He's my God. say doesn't matter. It does not matter. It all matters is what he says. Colleen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. 5 years ago, whenever I started to join the school, I went and talked to my neurologist. I went and talked to him and said, okay, I've been asked to start Bible college. What do you think about that? He says, don't set yourself up for failure. He says, don't set yourself up for failure. Because see, the scars are real. I mean, I just had a scan not too long ago, and the scars are there. And they said some things to me that I did not like and I will not accept, and I'm just believing on God's word. Okay, I'm believing on God's word. Because it's real. He's real.
Amen.
I don't care how many times I lose my keys. I care about how many people I need to God.
Amen.
And God's not done with me yet. So I have a lot of but God moments that He is real. He is real. This is the God that divided the Red Sea so the Israelites could walk through on dry land. On dry land. And this is the same God that when the Egyptians were coming after them as they were in the middle of it, He pushes it all back. Every single one of them perished. Not one single Israelite died, and every Egyptian that was following them were perished. That's the God. That's the God. That's the God that when Peter had his eyes on Jesus, he walked on the water. And then he took his eyes off and he started sinking. He says, help me, Father. Help me, Father. And Jesus pulls him up out of the water. And they both together walk to the boat.
Amen.
They walk to the boat. See, my eyes are on Jesus. My eyes are on God. Do I make myself list all the time? Do I go by that list all the time? Or you might not make it to closing. I mean, do I all the word? It's His word. My people perish for the lack of knowledge.
Amen.
Well, see, I know firsthand how important it is to get the word in you. I know firsthand how important it is to stand and know that word. And you will not ever hear me talking about this very much because that's not what I focus on. My focus is on God. I don't focus on what I don't have. I focus on who I am and whose I am. Because you see, it is real. I live an extremely happy, full life that a lot of people don't have the opportunity to live. Is there challenges? Yes. But who doesn't have challenges? Who doesn't? But God. But God leads us through every time. Every one of us have but God moments. And you have to stand on those moments. You have to look at those moments and say, He delivered me. Then it's like the Israelites. I mean, did He deliver them out of Egypt? Oh Lord, you led us out into the wilderness to die. Did He give them manna? Oh Lord, you just sent us out here so we're going to thirst to death. I mean, it was complaint after complaint after complaint. And look at what all He had done with them before. So my eyes are on Him. And when something happens, I say, but God. There is nothing you can't go through that you can't put but God to it. At this last retreat, because God just gave me such a beautiful vision in Walmart. This was after many, many hours. And I was in Walmart and just got finished praying. We were challenged to pray for about 6 hours. Okay, now my praying to God is me talking to God. Okay, I wake up in the morning and say, good morning, God. Good morning, Jesus. Hello, Holy Spirit. No, good morning. How's everything going? Well, we're going to have a wonderful day because I know you're with me. Every day, my husband hears me say that. Every day, I say hello to all three of them. I say that before I get out of bed. And then I'm in brushing my teeth. So what we got on the schedule today, God? How are you going to use me today, God? I know it's going to be great. I'm so excited. I'm expecting. Okay, I'm expecting. But God's going to lead me. Well, this day He led me to Walmart. This is after hours of praying. And this is when, all of a sudden, my senses were completely heightened. I can remember the visions He gives me. I can remember those. All of a sudden, my senses were heightened, and the ladies and the men walked by, and I looked around, and it was like they were walking in very slow motion. And I'm look what's going on. And these people aren't aware of me just staring at them because I'm just staring. I'm just sitting there just staring because it's quite a trip to watch people walk slow motion, you know? And you know though, but you're very aware of your senses are all heightened, so you know something's going to happen, and you know it's a God moment. And I'm not going to miss anything. I'm not going to miss anything. And then all of a sudden the label came above their heads and said, heaven, hell, heaven, hell, 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 heaven, hell, hell. You don't think that will change the world? I don't know what will. Because I knew at that very moment, if these people were to meet their maker, that's where they were going to go to. And there was a lot of hells. And that's how the process of the retreat started. And he put this message in my heart. And I studied this message. I was going to be one of the speakers on Saturday. I just knew it. Boy, he had this message on my heart. It was all about love and all about how we grow. And someday it's going to be a good message, I'm just telling you. Of how God takes us from glory to glory and how actually we grow in our faith. We do. I studied it, I'm not kidding, for hours and hours. I spent at least 10 hours in front of the mirror going over it, having my hand motions because I was not going to let him down. I was going to remember this message. I had it written down, I had it on my phone, I was going to remember it, and then the rains came. And that Saturday night, you know, I wasn't disturbed or anything, but I thought, man, all that work I put into that message, Lord, it was exhausting. But it was good. And then he told me, Tammy, I'm taking you. This retreat changed my heart. It changed me. He says, I'm taking you. That message was for you. Because I'm taking you from glory to glory. I'm opening up doors for you that has never been opened before. Because you're so faithful. Because you're so faithful. And then I was given a word at the beginning of January. And someone said, God is really going to stretch you. And I thought, Lord, are you serious? Lord, don't stretch me anymore. Can I have a break? Because between the school, and I love this women's ministry, but girls, I'm just telling you, okay, when you got some things that you challenge, but God, all the glory, you get stretched. You get stretched. And she says you're not supposed to hesitate, that God's telling me right now to tell you that you are immediately supposed to walk through that door. So 2 weeks ago, I was having lunch with some directors of the school, and they said it was going to happen in July. Well, it's not this July, but they said next July we want you to go to Honduras, and we want you to lead a class, and you're going to be speaking that week for 9 hours. I thought, Lord, 9 hours? Are you kidding me? What am I going to say for 45 minutes? 9 hours? My first thing was like, okay, that's really my busy season in real estate. You know, I've got really a lot going on. I mean, they're just like, and then immediately it came to my remembrance. God's going to stretch you.
Amen.
God's going to stretch you, and you're immediately to walk through that door. So I looked at him and I said, I would love to. I am honored to. I'll probably have diarrhea between now and then. But you know what? The thing about it is it's not by my mind.
That's right.
It's not by my will. But it's by His,
Yes.
saying the Lord. I'm the Lord of everybody. I'm the Lord of all flesh. Is anything too hard on me? I'm here to tell you, no, He's not. No, it's not. And everything that you're going through in your life, anything from the marriages, anything bring up, there's nothing too hard for our God.
Amen.
Linda, there's nothing. There's nothing too hard for our God. And right now, you're looking at your hearts and you're looking at your situation, and some of you are saying, yeah, that's really great, Tammy. But you know what? You don't know what I've gone through. You don't know what I've done. Well, you don't know what I've done either. Let me tell you, I've done some things. We could probably switch notes and you think, oh my gosh, okay, I'm not as bad. But He says, there's nothing too hard for Him. There is nothing. When you look at all the miracles that God has done in the Bible, when you look at everything, Moses, Abraham, and how we are descendants from Abraham because we've given our hearts to God. Every single promise in that book, every every single promise is yours. Every single promise is yours. So, 5 years ago, I walked out of the neurologist's office. I never went back to see him. I went to Mardell's and I bought a book that tells me every promise of God. Because that's what I'm standing on. I don't care what man says. I'm standing on His promises. I don't care what man says I can do. I care what He says that I can do everything. There is nothing too hard for me through Jesus Christ, my Lord. Nothing too hard for me. You know, we want to go through promotions. We want to be elevated. And God says at the retreat and on, He goes, I'm elevating the women. Everyone that wants to be elevated will be elevated. And that's in every area of your life. For some people, that's going to be spiritually. That's mine. That's what I want. That's mine. Spiritually, some of yours is going to be in your jobs. Some of these is going to be in your family. Some of these is just going to be in you. But every single one of you will be elevated for those who keep their eyes on God. Those who keep their eyes on God. You abide in me, my word abides in you. You will have anything you ask. But see, there's your part. You got to abide in His word. Amen. You got to know His word. And see, what I have found out is a lot of people, they don't know where to start. They're like, okay, the Bible, it's intimidating. Where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? I would tell you to start in the Gospels. The Gospels. I would tell you to start where Jesus came into the picture. If you're going to start somewhere, that's where I started. I started in the Gospels because it tells you about Jesus and what He did and how He loved you and how this man came to earth knowing what He was going to go through. If you knew that every piece of hair on your face was going to be pulled out, if you knew that you were going to be beaten so bad that they couldn't even tell what you look like, if you knew you were going to have a throne of thorns put on your head, if you knew you were going to have spikes put in your hands, for people that were sinners, for people that didn't love you, for people that wanted you dead, could you do it? God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that who believeth in Him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. I have a man that adores me, and I adore my husband. We are so close. He is my best friend. Lisa, he's my best friend. And I just love him so much. I love him so much. But see, he hasn't said the prayer yet. He hasn't said the prayer yet. He's not walking with God. You would know this man and think, well, surely he's a Christian because he's just a good guy. He's just a good guy. Oh, I don't remember. I think I told you guys this a few months ago. I said, please just say the prayer. Just say this prayer. Here, I've got the Bible opened up right next to his bedstand. That's in Romans. It tells him, you say this prayer. Say the prayer. And he says, honey, I would do anything to please you because I love you. But it won't be coming from my heart. Well, that's no good. That's no good. It's got to come from his heart. It's got to come from his heart. Well, see, that was my fear. That was my fear. And that was something that I've been praying to God about is constantly Jerry. And then Monday, that's when Holly and Lynn came to pray with us over at Maps Monday. And they had a word for each one of us. And Lynn, I haven't been talking to her about Jerry whatsoever, but she put her hands on me, and then all of a sudden I could tell she was staring right at me. I opened up my eyes and she looked at me and she says, God's taking you from glory to glory. Well, I knew that because He already told me this. And then she says, and He wants you to know that Jerry's okay.
Amen.
He wants you to know that Jerry's okay. Do I want to go to glory? My husband in heaven. I want my husband in heaven. So fear has so much to do with where we are and why we're where we are. Fear has so much to do it. And you know, Satan, because Jesus, He fasted in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights, right? He fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, and he was weak. One of the verses says that he was so weak that he was faint with hunger. He was faint with hunger. Well, here comes Satan. Because you know what? And this is so true in my life. Satan comes when you're the weakest. He He does. Whenever you're ill, when you're exhausted or anything, that's when he comes and he messes with your mind, right? That's when he comes. So that's when he came to Jesus, and that's when he was tempting you. Jesus did not go through any temptation that you don't go through. Jesus has been through it all. But whenever Satan would tempt him, he says, it is written. It is written. And see, that's how you combat Satan. You combat him with, it is written. That's how you combat Satan every time. It is written. You use the word against Satan because he can't stand against that. God's word is stronger than any two-edged sword. And whenever you say, Satan, get behind me. Satan, I rebuke you, get behind me. He has to do it. But see, that's what we have to open up our mouths. We have to speak it right. Because it is written. It is written. Every promise of word, every promise of word is ours. Every single promise, everything we go through. Illness, you got illness, it's in the Word. You got heartache, it's in the Word. You got troubles at work, it's in the Word. You got defiant children, it's in the Word. There's nothing you're going through that's not in the Word. And they're for you. Beloved, all of them's for you. All of them's for me. They're all. For God has not given us a spirit of fear. So automatically, when you have a spirit of fear, I want you to think the next time fear rises up in you, that's not our God. So you automatically know that something's coming on you that's not of God. So we're going to stop it right there. Fear comes on me like my son did. In the name of Jesus, I rebuke that. I rebuke that fear because God has not given me the spirit of fear, and I'm not going to have anything on top of me that God has not given me. And I say it with attitude. You know, God is the one who's going to direct my steps. Because I promise you, if he wasn't, I wouldn't be here today. If he wasn't, I wouldn't be in real estate today. If he wasn't, I wouldn't be the women's ministry leader today. Do I have challenges? Oh my gosh, yes. Do I have my list every day? Yes. But in my weakness, he is strong. Do I know that he's going to completely heal me? Yes. Amen. Yes. But I know it. So I don't even ask for it anymore. All I ask for, what's next? I'm ready. What's next? Let's get on our shoes. What's next? What's next, God? What can I do for you, God? What can I do for you, God? I want to go to Walmart. What can I do for you, God? I wake up this morning. What can I do for you, God? Because I can tell you everything he's done for me. Everything he's done for my family. Everything. The Lord is my helper. I will not fear. What can man do to me? This one lady, and this was about a year ago, said this to me, and it kind of took me back, but I thought about it. Because she was ill, and they said she was terminally ill, and that she was dying with cancer. And I went and prayed for her, and she just looked at me and she goes, oh, honey, I'm fine. She goes, I'm really good. She goes, because what's the worst that can happen? I'm going to die, and I'm going to go to heaven. Amen. She goes, if that's the worst that can happen, I'm okay. I'm okay. And I loved it. It took me back because I'm like, well, don't you want to stay here? But see, her eyes is on heaven. She has the right perspective. What's the worst that can happen? Is that God heals you there and you're forever in heaven? If that's the worst that can happen, I think we're doing pretty good, don't you? I think we're okay, don't you? So I think the next time that we're a little bit nervous about witnessing to somebody, you're standing in that Walmart line, and God says, you go pray for that person, and you're like, oh Lord, I don't want to make it fun. I don't want to get out of my comfort zone. What's the worst that can happen? That you could lead them to salvation? Or they could say no to you? So they said no to you. But do you think that you just planted a seed? But God. I have a grandbaby that's 2 years old, and oh my gosh, you talk about feisty. I guarantee if my mama could see her now, she would see me all in that child. Well, she was born with one blind eye. Okay, she was born with one blind eye. And that doesn't hold that little girl back. She is feisty, she's full of, she's 2 years old, and they said that she already is as smart as a 4-year-old. So are we going to coddle her? Are we going, oh honey, am I believing for her healing? Yes, I am a prayer warrior. Yes, I am an intercessor. Yes, I get down on my hands and knees. But you know what? What's the worst that's going to happen? That child is going to live a great, great, great life. That child is going to be on fire for God. That child is my grandchild, and I guarantee you her future will be in God. Because I'm a praying woman, and God told me already my descendants are His. He's taking care of my descendants because of what I'm paving here for them. So but God, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand. See, religion has us so beat down that religions will tell you, Satan, you'll put them both in the same bucket, will tell you, you have sinned so much. Look what you did yesterday. Look what you did yesterday. And you're supposed to call yourself a Christian. You say, Lord, I'm so sorry for what I did, but yes, I am a Christian. I am a child of God. He does not look at my sins because Jesus has already paved the way for me. My righteousness is not in myself. My righteousness is in Him. Do you get that? There's freedom. It says, know the truth, and the truth will set you free. But you got to know the Word to know the truth. You got to know the promises. You got to know what God says to be set free. My people perish for the lack of knowledge. My people perish for the lack of knowledge. July, we're going to have our gathering here because God has been really dealing with my heart. Because how do you go to God whenever you're in prayer? I go to him for worship. Okay? I raise up my hands and I just start worshiping God and praising God. And I say, God, you are so good. Thank you for everything you have done for me. Thank you for everything you are doing. Thank you, Father, that I can be a witness for you, Father. Thank you that the Holy Spirit lives within me and the Word just automatically come out. Thank you, God, that you have given me a boldness that I don't care what people think about me. All I care is my eyes is on you and I am serving you. I don't care about anything else. All I care about is doing your will. I have a purpose. You have a purpose on this earth. God didn't just send you here to do the job you're doing. God didn't just send you here to be in the family that you're in. God didn't just send you here for you to sit in these chairs. God sent you here because He has a purpose for you, and your purpose is to do His will, and that will include people. You can't be an island. You can't be an island. You can't be afraid to talk to people. You got to pray for boldness. You got to pray, God, change me every day. I want to look more and more like Jesus. Every day. The best compliment someone can give you, Elaine, is to look right at you and say, when I see you, I see Jesus.
Amen.
When I see you, I do see Jesus.
Amen.
There's no greater compliment someone can give you. But is there something you got to do to get there? You got to know who Jesus is. You got to have a relationship with Him. God wants a relationship with you that goes beyond Sunday mornings. Are you kidding? You can give up Sunday mornings if that's all you got. He wants to talk to you daily. I'm in my closet, and I know I've had people to laugh at this, but I don't care because it's the truth. I'm in my closet, and I'm like, Lord, what should I wear today? Help me. Point out. And you know what? There was a time that He actually, before I got up, He gave me a vision of this outfit that was in the back of my closet that I hadn't seen in 2 years. I forgot that it was even back there. I do need to clean out my closet. But it was back there, and I thought, okay. So I put it on, and you know what? I look good. I'm going to say I did. I look good. But business came that day. And it had, I don't know what it had to do with what I was wearing, but all I know is it was a very profitable day, and God picked out what I was going to wear that day. He wants to know the small things. He wants to be involved in the small things. He is such an intimate God, and He's the one that blew into dust, and He formed man. He's the one that formed the heavens happens in the earth out of void. And He wants to have an intimate, I love you, Pamela, relationship with you. This is the God that says He hung every single star. This is the God that they can't even count all the planets out there, all the galaxies out there. And this is the one, Leslie, that looks at you and holds you in His arms and says, I love you. I love you, Leslie. I love you. Leah, this is the one that hears your prayers at night. This is the one that looks at your heart. This is the one that smiles at you and says, that's my daughter. You are a child of God. You have power and authority. It's time to use it. I don't want to be a baby Christian. I don't want to be on milk. I'm going from glory to glory, and I'm taking you all with me. We are going to be doing things for God that we can't even imagine. And He's using this group of women right here. He's using us to do His will, to do His purpose. And let me tell you something, the Holy Spirit's involved. Let me tell you something, the strongest I ever am is whenever I'm praying in tongues. When I'm praying in tongues and everything, there is a strength that comes out of me. Whenever I'm going into a client and I know it's a difficult client, I promise you I'm praying in tongues before I go in there, because there's a strength that comes out of me, that comes in me. And I tell you what, He's in control. He is in control. There's nothing like the Holy Spirit. There's nothing like our back God. And this is the one that loves you so much. In July, we're going to have a worship service. And the leaders are going to have things upon their heart that they're going to want to share with you while worship. But God told me the other day, He goes, my heart's always open to you. But when you worship, your heart opens to me. And then it's like a funnel. He's able to pour things down into because I've opened my heart up. You think your heart's always opened up? It's not. Because life gets you down. But boy, whenever you're raising your arms up and you're praying to your Father and you're just singing and you're worshiping Him, there is such a closeness. It's tangible. You can feel it. Amen. You can feel it. If people tell you you can't feel the Holy Spirit, turn your mind off to them right then. Because you can feel it. Amen. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel His love. I can feel His strength. I can feel Him. I can feel Him. The other day I was telling the girls that I was blubbering, a good cry. Because I told them when we had our dinner Monday night that I felt Him smile. He was so pleased. He was pleased. Every aspect of that retreat was Him. And He was so happy. Because He's seen the struggles that we had to go through to get it there. He gave us His strength. But all the blessings we got, it was worth it. I would do it 1,000 times over with it, which we probably will. But it was so beautiful. And it was our but God. Because Pamela, He knew you were going to be there. And He had something special for you. He says, you tell them to come expecting. You tell them to come expecting. I'm telling you, every single day of your life, you expect. Every single day of your life, you can have an encounter with God. Felicia, every single day of our life, we can have an encounter with God. Because you know what? There's hardly one day that goes by that I don't. But I'm seeking Him. My eyes are on Him. I want so much of Him that I'm not going to stop until I get it. I crave Him. I crave His Word. I crave what He does in my life. There's things I want to accomplish and I can't do it without Him. I want to do the impossible. I want to do the things on this earth that only but God can do it with me. I want to make a difference in this world. I want to make a difference in somebody's life. Christy, when you're up in heaven, someone's going to come to you and say, thank you so much. I'm here because of you. I'm here because of you. There will be nothing greater that you are going to hear besides, well done, my faithful servant. Well done. So I felt Him smile. And I kid you, I went down to my knees. It was that Tuesday after. It was the Tuesday after the retreat. I went down to my knees because His smile was so powerful. And it was so beautiful. To know your Father smiled. It was huge. I couldn't stand up. It was huge. And I was so blessed. I want him smiling every day. Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Because see, you can. He can smile at you every single day. There is such a great love you have with people when your Father dwells in you. There's such a great love that you want to give out, that you want people to experience. There's such a great sacrifice that you're willing to do without thinking about it. Because see, the Father resides in you, and when He resides in you, your heart looks like His. And you start thinking like He does, and you start feeling like He does. It is such a beautiful place. Such a beautiful love. At Christmas time, you bring all kinds of decorative goodies for the people at your table that we eat. It's such a beautiful love. Lisa, whenever you bring a booklet of what we've studied in Hebrews, and you know I miss some, and you bring all the outlines of the Hebrews to me. There is such a great love that we have for each other because He resides in us. There is such a beautiful place that God wants us all to live. And you can. When you worship, when you raise your eyes and you look at Him and you say, Father, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? Because my God has done so much for me. What can I do for you? It opens up your heart in such a way that He flows from His heart into your heart, and He reveals things to you. We have a praying retreat that the leaders go on, and it's all about praying. It's all about praying. It's about going to God, saying, God, what can we do for you? We don't ask Him for anything for ourselves because see, our eyes are on Him. We want to know what we want. We just thank Him because when your eyes are on God, everything else falls into place. Everything else. You don't have to worry about finances. You don't have to worry about your car. You don't have to worry about your house. You don't have to worry about your children. You don't have to worry about your marriage. You don't have to worry about your job because your eyes are on Him. Your eyes are on Him. Keep your eyes on me, He says. Keep your eyes on me. I will take care of everything. But see, we live in a fallen world. But ladies, your feet touches this world, but you don't have to live here. Amen. You are half spiritual being because Father breathed into the man's nostrils and he came alive. That is your Father. That is your Father, and that is your birthright. I want to live more in the spiritual world, and I'm going to live more in the spiritual world than I'm going to live on this world, because that world is more real than this world you're standing in. So you want to know what He has for your life? You want to know? You go to Him with your hands raised up and say, God, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? Father, thank you so much for everything. And I promise you, He starts downloading. He starts downloading things to you. That's going to happen here in July. We're going to worship Him, and I promise you, He's going to download things to you that you're not going to expect. The Spirit is going to flow through here because He's the one that said that we're going to have that gathering.
Amen.
When God says that we're going to have a gathering, He doesn't do it just to say it. He does it because He has a plan. He has a plan for everything in your life. He has a plan. And right now, all the leaders of the day can come up here. We are going to raise our voices to Him. We are going to sing to Him. And we are going to experience what our God can do. And that, but God, if you have things in your life, you're saying, yes, but Tammy, that's really great and everything. But there's nothing that you can't say but God to.
Amen.
I don't care what's happening in your life. It is but God. But God. And He is such a loving God. And He loves you too much So leave you where you're at. He loves you too much